Welcome to another serene Sunday evening. In what was that now? Uh,
What?
oh, I don't know. My brain slipped out of gear.
Okay.
But here we are in the yard, and it's serene. The
Uh-huh.
dogs aren't barking.
No.
The birds are just kind of like they're all right. There's about
Uh-huh.
1,000 birds in this tree right here, and I'm just waiting for a hell to break loose any second now. It's like an Alfred Hitchcock movie. Uh,
Nothing's gonna happen.
no, don't say that. Those are exactly the same birds that were in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see that one?
A long
It's
time
called The
ago, yeah.
Birds.
Right, it is
Yeah,
called the birds.
and those are the birds,
Uh-huh.
the black ones. And
Is that Tippy Hendren? Is that who
what's
that
that?
was? Tippy Hendren? Was she in the birds?
Wasn't it Zazu Pitts?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You're gonna have to look it
It
up.
was Alfred Hitchcock, but I saw it when I was like 4.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and it left an impression on me. So now I'm panicking. I'm having an anxiety. No, I don't really have anxiety. So
So
it's
your parents didn't take you to see disaster flicks when you were a kid? Because that's what happened to me.
they kept me in this cubby under the stairs, this little cubby hole they didn't let me out.
When I was like 6, I saw Towering Inferno, Poseidon Adventure.
All the horror.
Oh yeah, all of the
Yeah, all of the
disaster
psychological
movies.
horror.
Right.
That's why you're as jacked up
It's
as
why I
you
am the
are.
way I am.
Yes,
No, for real.
I believe it.
What was the one with the blimp? That
They
was
made a disaster movie for everything.
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 There was an airplane one, which
Birthday cakes. I mean, anything they could make a disaster film out
oh,
of,
the
they did.
humanity. That I saw that. I saw everybody explode. Right. The Towering Inferno was bad. Poseidon Adventure too.
I don't think I really saw any of them.
Oh yeah, I went to all of them when I was a child.
Yeah, I was a little bit older than you,
Yeah, you are.
and yeah, I don't think I saw any of those.
Oh, it's my damage. Okay.
Yes.
So, thank you, everybody. Um, so Tony,
Yes.
what did you do last night?
I went to the track last night.
You went to the track.
Yes, and we got a video of that tomorrow. I don't want to talk about it tonight. We'll put the video out tomorrow.
Okay.
What?
You're not gonna tell anybody what you did.
No, then I would spoil the video. And
All right.
yeah.
All right. Well, everybody's gonna have to wait until tomorrow.
Well, I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing astounding or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll save it. I'll save it.
Yeah. So happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Yes,
Always
happy
say
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to
Yes.
everybody. Um, so it rained last night. Did it rain last night?
No.
No. He went.
No.
He went to the truck. Let's see. Edward Dominiak says another Buffalo, New York. Hello.
Greetings.
Oh. It was a good day at the track, Tony.
It was a different day. We didn't go any faster, but
You're ruining the video.
oh, jeez. Okay.
Don't talk about it.
It was neat. It was fun. You'll see.
Matthew says, did anyone see the Aurora Borealis?
She's been carrying on about that now for
Oh,
days.
Well, I was busy painting the kitchen and I didn't know it was happening. And then I looked at my phone and I was like, oh crap. And I went outside and I didn't see it. So,
Well, it was.
did you
It
guys
went
see
on
it?
for hours. You were like,
I kept going in and out.
yeah. And she keeps showing me these
I
pictures.
took pictures, but I didn't see anything.
Look at all these pictures people took of the northern lights, and I'm like, okay. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
that was one of those things where it was like a huge deal to her, and I could really care less. It was.
Well, I was busy and I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't looking at my phone. What's up, Kiwi?
Kiwi. What's happening, brother man?
How did your video go, Kiwi? Where you lost the end of it? Did it go okay?
There's no dogs barking. It's so
I
crazy.
know, I bought them big bones.
I see that.
They're
Yeah.
doing really good right
Maggie's
now.
doing her thing. Winnie's doing her thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so nice back here. It's like a Pleasant Valley Sunday here in Status Symbol Land.
Status symbol?
Yeah.
I don't know about
You don't know what that's from?
that. No. One second.
Oh, come on.
No.
Another Pleasant
That
Valley
was that's
Sunday
the monkeys.
here in the monkeys.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Hey, hey.
Hey, hey. Let's see. Mexican Spec says, for me, Mother's Day was Friday. Today is just Sunday. Oh. I did not know that.
Okay.
Mexico has different Mother's Days.
I can
mean,
barely
why
hear
wouldn't-
you. This
What?
ear is clogged.
Well, my ear's clogged too.
So you have to speak up.
Maybe you do.
No, maybe you do.
Okay. So Mike Frederick says, "Hi Tony, what was the most money you won in a single night in New York City street racing?" So cool.
Not a lot. Not a lot. We were broke. We were kids. We were broke. So it was like $20 a race, $50 like that. Nothing.
What are you drinking?
HTO, the Breakfast of Champions.
That would be water.
Yeah.
Oldsmobile Aurora.
Yes.
Looks like vodka. No, it's water.
No, I don't drink.
It's water.
I'm like so straight edge. It's ridiculous. Not intentionally. I didn't become straight edge because I was like, oh, I'm not going to do any drinking or drugs. It just happened. I just like wore all of that stuff off.
Get that man a Mexican Coke.
You know what? Honestly, yeah, a Mexican Coke would be really good right now. We don't have any Mexican Cokes.
No. You were laying off the sugar for a while.
I know. I'm trying. I'm
No, you're not trying. You eat ice cream every day.
You keep buying me ice cream.
It's my fault.
Did you buy me ice cream?
Did you eat the whole ice cream cake?
I ate the whole ice cream cake, but that was
for a bet.
That was in the past. It's been like a week since I ate the whole ice cream cake.
Film with Car says, "Was hoping to see the northern lights, but now the clouds are rolling in." I'm sorry.
Are they still doing that?
Either. I don't know. But the grid didn't go down. So,
It didn't.
Yeah.
Or maybe it did, and we're all dead.
We don't know. We're all dead. I don't think we'll die because the grid goes down. Like, if the grid went down, you wouldn't die immediately.
Well, they said if the grid went down, like 90% of the people would be dead in like 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah, it's like it happens really
that's
fast.
Not right.
I don't know. I don't care.
Don't listen to Tony. Let's see. Straight edge like minor threat. Somewhat fast is asking.
What was that now?
Straight edge like minor threat.
You know, I maybe it's the boomer in me, but I don't really know minor threat.
Minor threat. Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Heard of them. I can't.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm straight edge, but not because I made a decision to be straight edge. I just
Punk rock that, yeah, we know that.
yeah, but I'm just not familiar with the band or its
Black
culture.
Flag.
Black Flag, yeah.
we know Black
Okay. No, it wasn't a conscious decision. I'm gonna give up everything. I just stopped.
You're having tokens, right?
Tokens.
You know, tokens, like they give tokens at like AA.
Oh no,
Like,
no.
Those are people that have to give up everything.
No, I never had to give up anything.
No, you just like felt like not.
Yeah, just little by little to just I have no.
That's the only reason I went out with you, you know.
Well, when I met you, I was like, whoa, okay, we got to stop.
Yeah, Coke.
Right?
You ordered a Coke at the bar.
Yeah.
Soda. Yep. And I was like, okay, I like him.
Because I went off the rails a little bit when I was a teenager, and then like I turned like 19, 20, and I was like, no, I'm gonna make something of myself. And that's when I met her, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna touch anything. And I didn't for like years, like for I don't know, like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And then again,
I was impressed by that.
probably about the time we started doing YouTube, I stopped. No drinking, no nothing. I just.
But you only would have a beer with meals sometimes. Like if we went out. That's all.
Yeah, well, when we first moved here, I used to hang around with Ralph the Cop, and we bounced to a lot of cheap bars. We did a lot of drinking and shit, and then just little by little, I just.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
Everybody. Tony's drinking water.
I'm drinking water.
Let's see. Cassidy Small says original 2018 Dodge Demon SRT or Dodge Demon 170.
What was that now?
Original 2018 Dodge Demon SRT.
Yeah.
Or Dodge Demon 170.
My choice?
I guess so.
Oh, neither. I'm just.
Neither.
Neither of them do anything for me.
Yeah, you're so exciting.
Well, if I liked those cars, I would have them. They don't do anything for me.
Kiwi says I got a nail head for him too. Kiwi has a nail head for you.
Kiwi does have a nail head. We're going to do something with that.
Baloney,
but we have to
Tony,
do
that's
other stuff first.
vodka. It's not vodka.
It's not vodka.
I actually have a bottle of vodka I bought like 4 years ago, and it's unopened in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, we keep liquor in the house in case people come over or we have a thing. But even that,
Things never happen.
we don't have any things. YouTube has turned me into a total hermit. You have no idea. Like I used to be very social.
No,
I
you
go,
weren't.
what's that?
No, you weren't.
Wait a minute, I wasn't.
You were really social.
We had coffee houses for
Yeah,
years.
but no, like not like parties here.
Oh no, not here. We always kept the house very like kind of quiet. But like we're old school in that you always have to have stuff if people come over. So you have to
Right,
have
you have to have stuff.
you have to have stuff on hand. But I don't drink it.
Stephen S. Paul says, thanks to Tony, my boss just put up his 23 Demon 170 for sale. 16 miles from new. Never dealer prepped. He wants $125K for it. Tony, you bastard, you.
Well, buy it from them.
This is what you did, Tony. You're making people sell their demons.
Listen, I only tried to be the voice of reason. That's all. I didn't see anybody else talking about this. And so I felt it was my responsibility to just offer that perspective, right? So in other words, like, the culture needs perspective from both sides. And I only saw a one-sided argument. So I says, you know what? Let me throw my 2 cents in there as a counterbalance. It wasn't trying to discourage anybody, just here, look at it this way too.
Right, but now
balance.
he's selling his car.
Some people should probably sell those cars. They don't. So I read a comment today and I responded to it.
Did you see that Racer X commented?
You told me about that.
I did tell you about it.
Yes, but I didn't see it.
You didn't see the comment?
I didn't see. Well, what'll happen is
He commented to a couple people and then he commented to you. So you have
Okay.
to look at what's on the bell, your notifications.
I don't
and
do
that's
that.
where you see it. Well,
I don't do that.
You need to go there.
So I run through we get a lot of
He
comments.
gave you a complimentary comment. He said it was a good video.
Oh, okay. We get a lot of comments. Like in other words, like you're only familiar with the comments on the video that you're looking at. But what you have to realize is that when we go through comments, there's comments that go back over 1,000 videos. We have over 1,000 videos. So the comments, if you want to go through the comments, you got to go like this. So a lot of times I don't look to see who wrote the comment because I'm just trying to scan through for, like, you know what I mean,
But
interesting
if you look
words.
at the bell, those are people that have like over 100,000 subs. It will tell you if somebody who has over 100,000.
So I should be an elitist?
No, but
and
I'm saying they comment, and that's where, like, say if you're talking about somebody in a video,
Okay.
that's where you'll see their comment.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Should you be an elitist? No. I know you.
I only look at comments from people with over 100,000 views. No, I have to.
100,000 subs.
We get comments based on 1,000 videos, right? So you can only imagine the volume of comments that we get that I have to sift through every day. So I don't have time to actually read all of the comments. I scan through and I look for like keywords, and if something catches my eye, I'll stop and I'll read it. But again, see, I don't bother to see who wrote it, really.
Chris Freemaster says Tony is too elitist for me. Unsubscribe. Why are you such an elitist?
I
Making
can't
people
help it.
sell their Demon
I'm a big
170s.
shot. It's not easy being a big shot. Who's that guy? What was his name?
Just say it. Don't say it.
Don't say it?
Don't say it. Don't mention him. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're dealing with evil men who want power, money, and to live forever, Scarlet Fire says.
Who, me?
No, not you. Not you. Somebody else. You're just talking about somebody else. Big shot? Big
Yeah,
shot?
I'm a big shot.
Big
I'm a
big
YouTuber.
shot. No, there was somebody who was on YouTube and he called himself a big shot. He thought it was funny.
There's a video of why he was,
Don't worry about it.
why
Don't
he was
talk
going to
about
quit.
it.
I'm not going to talk about the guy. I'm not going to mention the guy's name. There was a video about why he was going to quit YouTube. And
The drama.
yeah, and he was tired of being a big shot. I swear that the thing about YouTube is it really goes to people's heads.
It does. Oh, I love thorough. Yeah, disobedience is the true foundation of liberty. Yeah.
Disobey.
Thorough is good.
We should put that at the end. I'm going to start ripping off John Levy.
Yeah. So that ripoff.
I'm going to rip off John Levy. I want that music at the beginning of all of my
okay,
videos.
first of all, you never wanted music at the beginning.
I
of your
want
videos.
that music at the beginning of my videos.
No.
And then at
Do
the
not
end, I
rip
want
off
it to
John
say
Levy.
disobey.
Disobey who?
I'm going to start ripping off John Levy.
Non-compliance. Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Well, she's got the
Oh, she's got the bar collar on.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's buried in your yard? Your dog was digging. Oh.
Oh, please. They just dig
They've
and
been
dig and
getting
dig.
animals like every day. Last night,
Last night it was a possum.
Winnie got a possum.
It was a baby possum. I saved it.
Possum.
It was playing dead. I put it on the other side of the shed.
And there are like fledglings like that are flying out of the trees, and I think the dogs get them before they can get away. So there's lots of baby deaths around here, baby animals.
It's spring, so
I took a baby bunny out of a cat's mouth yesterday, and I tried to revive it, but it didn't come back. It is spring, yeah. There's baby animals everywhere. Stray Bullet says hi, everybody.
Hello, Stray Bullet.
I think he was trolling you on Dead Dodge Garage. Did you see that?
What was that now?
Did you see that he was trolling you on Dead Dodge Garage?
Who's trolling me?
Stray Bullet.
What did he do?
I don't know. I don't remember.
So if you guys don't know, Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage called us out. So we're going to race him with Slaghammer
Yeah, I think he
on
was trolling about that.
the 29th,
Uh-huh.
May 29th.
Kiwi says, did you find a torque converter, Tony?
I did not find a torque converter, Kiwi. I don't know what to do about a torque converter. But I actually, tomorrow morning, because I already shot tomorrow's video today, so tomorrow morning is on your transmission.
Stray Bullet says, what did I do? I'm just playing with you.
I don't know what you did.
No, you.
But
you
Kathy
guys-
says you trolled me,
You
so
guys are talking about the race. You were on Dead Dodge Garage. I'm just playing with you. Relax. Relax. You didn't do anything. He didn't do anything, everybody.
okay.
I'm just playing with him. Let's see. Tony, do you actually follow OC Motivator? He's a good dude, really lays into the insanity with dealerships and people who hoard these new parts.
I've seen his videos. I mean, I don't necessarily follow him, but I have seen his videos. But he's in a different kind of world than I am. You know what I mean? So it's like, actually, everybody's in a different kind of world than I am. But I have seen his videos. He seems like a good guy.
So who are you rooting for in the race, Tony?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Probably rooting for Jamie, to tell you the
You're
truth.
rooting for Jamie to win?
I love his channel.
Shibboleth says I was trying to build a little fire underneath Jamie. Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing you.
No, as I said before, I'm going there to win.
Uh-huh.
Going there to win. But nobody will be happier if I follow his taillights to the stripe. So nobody will be happier
so
than
you
me.
throwing the race?
What's that?
Are you throwing the race?
I'm not throwing a race. I'm going there. I'm going there with Slaghammer's best game, right?
Okay.
Fresh spark plugs, fresh slicks, just ready to go. And I'm gonna send it full send. But I would be happy to follow Jamie through the finish line.
Oscar Gonzalez says, did you see the Northern Lights? Tony?
Thank you. I did not see the Northern Lights, and I really didn't care about the Northern Lights. Kathy, on the other hand, is obsessed with the Northern Lights now. She's painting Northern Lights on the kitchen ceiling. And
UT says, what cars do you think will possibly be future classics? The Demon 170? No?
no, I don't think so.
No.
I don't. So I caught an episode of Hoovie's Garage, which I'm not really I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. I don't generally follow his channel, but I did catch a video yesterday or day before that was really ironic because he was talking about how modern cars are are killing him. He can't keep doing his regular thing because all of these cars he's buying from 2005, 2010 are unrepairable. Like the amount of work that has to be, and is it, what was it now? It was a module of some sort that he was talking about that it was like $2,000 for a what was it, airbag module? I don't remember. It doesn't make any difference, but it's like one of, let's say 30 modules that are in this car, and it's $2,000. So okay, you can do without that one, but what do you do when the transmission controller, or the brakes, or whatever it is goes, brake controller? So eventually, you're gonna have cascading failures with all of these cars, and they're not repairable. So I think that the general public, the general automotive public, is starting to become aware of this, and I personally think that 1980s cars, I think that 1980s cars are going to be the sweet spot for the average collector. Once you get past the 80s, once you get into the 90s, and still staying in the OBD1 era, let's just say, they really start to become more and more fragile as time goes on. But I think 1980s is about the peak, right? 1970 was the high water mark for analog cars or analog technology. 1970, 1971, high water mark. And I believe that those cars will always be worth the most. And then I think you're going to go to the 1980s. The 1980s cars offer a combination of still workable technology, still survivable technology, with very comfortable, very nice, ergonomically nice cars. So I think in the future, 1980s cars are probably going to accelerate. Where you going, baby? Where you going? She's leaving me. She does this every time. It freaks me out. Okay, well, I didn't know what you were doing.
Oh my gosh.
The Sunday night lantern isn't enough?
No, it's going to start to get dark soon. I put the lights on.
That bark collar is working magic.
Let's see.
Like she wants to bark, but she knows. Look at her run.
Yes, she's running. Okay, let's see. 80s cars were a mixed bag of analog digital tech.
Yeah. I think like cars like especially like the G bodies, I see those skyrocketing.
Okay, Mexican Spec Tony, does the Challenger TA at Kiwi Shop have the D-stroke 340 or is it really a 340?
No, it's really a 340, and it has issues. And Kiwi on his channel. So go to Kiwi's channel if you want to see what the. It's a crazy problem. Whoa, where's she going? Winnie, she just took off like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
So there's a mysterious problem with that engine, something that I've never heard or seen before, and something that Kiwi has never heard or seen before. So stay tuned for that. There's going to be more on that.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Grease Belly Garage says fixable cars officially ended with the push button start.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. That's probably yeah. I never thought of it, but yes, that's a pretty good marker.
Hey, Screen Master says problem with that TA sounds like a burned exhaust valve.
Yeah, but why are we hearing it under the valve cover? I can't imagine why it would make that sound through the guide unless the guide is so worn. I'm screwing around with engines for literally now for almost 50 years, and I've never heard under the valve cover compression escaping. So I don't know. I don't know.
Fuse says, hey Uncle Tony, what do you think about the 1970s, 1980s C3 Corvette? How hard is it to smog a carburetor in California?
Oh, I don't know about California. I think those cars are great. I like them. What do I think of them? I mean, that's it. I like them. They were tuned really badly from the factory because of things that had to be But you can wake those up really easy. I had a customer named, his name was Jimmy. He was a Mexican guy. This was back when I was in New York. And he had what year was that? Was it 79? What year was the anniversary? The silver and black.
What? So what?
The Corvette.
Oh, I don't know.
He,
I don't know. I'm a Corvette aficionado.
it was an anniversary issue, or it was a pace car. It was something, I forgot what it
Are you
was.
talking about the guy from Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico.
Jimmy. Yeah, he's
Jimmy,
from
you remember
Puerto
him?
Rico. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a very nice
Yeah,
person.
and I,
Yeah,
so
he's really nice.
I'm drawing a blank now what it was. I just know the car was silver and black, and it was some sort of commemorative.
778 pace car.
It was a pace car. It was a pace car. Okay, and I I rebuilt his engine and desmogged it. Right, so I don't remember exactly what parts I put in it, what cam was in there, which. But anyway, that car was an absolute dream. Like it worked, it functioned perfectly. It when he brought it to me, it was completely stock, as delivered from the factory, and it was a wheezer. Okay, I mean literally a wheezer, right? It wheezed. You hit the gas, it went, right? And after just doing the distributor, I rebuilt the engine, but I put an earlier factory Chevy cam in it, but I don't remember which one it was. I did some minor porting on the heads. Intake manifold, carburetor. I don't remember what a carburetor I put on it. It was a Holly, but I don't remember how big it was. And I curved the HEI. And that's all I did to this thing. And it was a great car. It rocked for what it was. So it doesn't take much to turn those things on. Like, you can't really judge a book by its cover. Oh, it's only got 130 horsepower. Yeah, but just wake it up and just stick with those basic parts and they run fantastic.
Let's see. You're talking to each other.
Do you remember that kid with the Corvette?
Oh,
The one with the oil?
no. Who are you talking
You don't
about?
remember that? I had this kid from Huguenot bring me a Corvette,
Yeah.
and he wanted to build a stroker. He wanted me to do a stroker for him.
Oh, your brother's here. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, James.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day. So Kim, I said Happy Mother's Day.
So he was a kid, like a kid. He was like maybe 18, and we were still in New York. So he brings me a Corvette, and he wants a stroker motor, and he wants so I did it. So I built the stroker. I forget what heads we put on it. Again, see, it was a long time ago, and it was just one of countless engines that I did back then. Headers, all of the stuff, right? To me, I mean, it was a solid 375, 400 horsepower package when we were done, and the car ran really good. So I told him, he picks the car up, right? And I told him, put about 500 miles on it. I had already done the cam braking and all of that for it, right? And I took it out and beat it. Oh, she's eating a bag of. Sorry, guys, we having a thing here.
Leave it.
Okay.
What did you do? Leave it.
All right. So
Sorry, everybody.
this kid lives in Huguenot. We were in Great Kills, which is about 4 miles, about a 4-mile trip, right? So I told him, I broke in the cam, and I took it out and I hammered it for like a night, okay? So I broke the rings in, so the motor was all good. So I told him, drive it easy about 500 miles, okay? And then change the oil. So he says, what oil do I put in it? So I told him what oil to put in it. I said, change the oil, he says, and the filter. And I showed him what to do. And I gave him an oil filter wrench, okay? So a few days goes by, and I'm sitting in front of my house, and I hear, eek, 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 coming up the street, right? And what the hell is that? Eek, 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 eek. And I look, and it's this Corvette coming, right? And it's screeching. It's barely running. You hear the lifters all going crazy, and he pulls up in front of the house and he says, I don't know what happened. I changed the oil and it just started doing this. So help me, you can't make this up. If I'm lying, I'm dying, right?
Thank you, Zero. Happy Mother's Day.
What's going on, Zero?
He can't stay long. He's got things going on.
Oh, yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
here's what happened, right? He drained the oil the way I told him to. I showed him. He changed the filter the way I showed him. And then when he went to put the oil in the engine, listen to this one, right? He poured 6 quarts of oil into the transmission because he had watched somebody add fluid. This is a kid. He was a kid. He was like an 18-year-old kid. He had watched somebody fill the transmission fluid, pour transmission fluid in, and he thought that that's where you put the oil. So he drained the oil out of the engine, swapped the filter out, and then poured all of the engine oil down the transmission dipstick, and then drove it to me. Wasted everything inside the engine.
I don't remember that.
How do you not remember that?
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't remember it. Was it blue?
He said, I don't remember the color of it. I don't remember the color of it.
I'm trying to picture it. I don't know. I don't specifically remember that. Poor kid. Yeah, that's terrible. Did you help him with
Yes,
it?
I did. I helped him.
You weren't a jerk, right?
I didn't know. I wasn't I might have been a jerk at first. Because I took that personally, because I put a lot of effort into it. No, when I did jobs like that, it wasn't just for the money. I did it because I was putting parts of myself into this car, so it was, I want the best for it. I wanted to see it do good, right? So yeah, I probably took it a little rough at first, but yeah, I helped the kid out.
So your brother says, Kathy, am I correct that today is the 12th? It's not 72 hours from now. Yeah? Today's the 12th?
Yes, today's the 12th, all day long.
What, James? Let's see. JC Vaccaro says, my girlfriend put oil in the radiator on her 2.3 Mustang. I am so sorry.
When people don't know, they
so
just
sorry.
don't know. They don't know. This kid, the only time he ever saw anybody put oil in a car, that's what they did. They put the funnel in the transmission dipstick, and he didn't know it was a transmission dipstick. He just like, well, that's where you pour the oil.
Yeah. Okay, Futura Hardtop says, Tony, with 3.80 rear ratio offer noticeable improvement in performance over my stock 3.25. 3.25. What?
They got a 3 what?
With a 3.80 rear ratio.
Oh, it's 380 or 308?
380.
380.
Offer a noticeable improvement in performance over my stock 3.25.
325 to 380 to 325? Yeah. Not really. Not really. That's like one of those fine-tuning changes. So in other words, if you've got the car like sorted, okay, and when I say sorted, I mean like really, you've got it to where it makes repeatable times at the track, that type of thing. And you're looking to make a fine-tuning change, then yeah, you'll see a difference there. But if it's not a sorted car, if it's something that you just drive and boff around with and stuff, nah, you'll never see it. It's not worth it.
Okay, your brother is asking, so Tony, what exactly do we intend on doing this week that might be special? Are you coming to visit, James?
What do I plan on doing this week that might be special?
Yeah.
Nothing. It's going to be just another Pleasant Valley Sunday in status symbol land here. We're not doing anything special.
Tony Georgie says, Tony, what do you think of a 1997 5.7 Vortex?
A 1997?
Yeah.
They're good motors. I mean, the distributor's a pain in the ass, but beyond that, no, they're good motors.
Chris Cameron says, Uncle Tony, what is the 710 filler for?
Yeah, the 710 filler. That's what I should have done. I should have told him, make sure you pour it in the 710.
No. Be nice.
She's just going nuts. I'm watching Winnie over here. She's running back and forth along the fence. She's not barking because she has the bark collar on now, and she knows. But
Your brother says, if you didn't write for car magazines, would you possibly have written for Hallmark?
You know.
No. He's not a Hallmark kind of person.
What do you mean I'm not a Hallmark kind of person?
You're
I'm
not.
so sentimental and
You're not.
romantic.
You are?
Yeah. Come on, I talk about feelings all the time,
All
don't
the
I?
time. Joe K says, I want Brother James to visit and do a live with Tony. That would be good.
That would be
Yeah.
great. I'd love to see him. I haven't seen my brother in, what, 10 years?
No, when you started the channel, you went to Jersey.
Oh, yeah, okay, about 5 years, 6
Yeah.
years.
It's been a while. James, it's been a while. The lantern is cool, Marco says.
That's why I keep it there.
It is cool.
It's
That's
to be
probably one
cool.
of the best things I've ever bought.
Yeah.
We use it all the time.
And YouTube, look, I'm rolling a
Oh,
cigarette,
geez, I don't
okay?
know why
It's a
you gotta
cigarette.
do it. Oh, you're gonna get banned again.
No, we're all right, but just so that I
I
can...
wish they would invite me. James, you're invited. Would you invite your brother to come, please? Tony.
I got vodka.
Tony, invite your brother to come.
James, come. Just come. You don't need an
We have
invitation. Just
invited
come.
you. We told you, come. Curtis Randolph, did you ever get into Cummins diesels, Tony? I need a token. Winnie.
As much as I'd like to be into diesels, I'm just not into diesels. They just don't do it. I'm a spark plug guy. What can I tell you? It's got to have a spark plug.
Uncle Tony, what do you think about the 70s Chevy/GMC Suburban with the 454 big block as a daily driver?
It's going to be a thirsty beast.
Yeah, as a daily?
Yeah.
I wouldn't drive that.
I wouldn't drive it as a daily. It's a great weekend thing, man. It's a great tow vehicle and shit like that, but I wouldn't daily it.
Your brother says when you wake up on Wednesday, what might be different in your life? Why is he talking in?
I don't know, but I may have
Riddles.
I may have blocked certain people from chats.
Don't block
I might find that I have blocked people. You know what I'm saying?
What's gonna happen Wednesday? Are you coming? Oh, I know what he's doing. Today's the 12th. I know what he's doing. All right, James, that's enough. I didn't know he was doing it first. Yep. Okay. I wonder how YouTube feels about alcohol or caffeine. Straight bullet. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think you're supposed to drink on here.
Caffeine, never have a problem with
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh. James, you're a troublemaker. You were a troublemaker.
Block him. Block my brother.
Too late.
Just block him.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's make America V8 again. Oh, James is saying, I must say intelligence is not a strong point here. Oh, really, James? I'm trying to read all these comments. I'm not thinking about that right now. You could kill him.
Block him.
I'm not blocking him.
Mexican Spec, Zero, somebody block Swamp Rat,
No,
please.
do not block him.
Block him.
That's Tony's real brother. Like, you can't
Yes.
block him.
I can block him. He's
No.
my brother.
No. Kiwi says, you can't drink on YouTube? Question marks.
No, they make the exception for you, Kiwi.
Oh, it's funny. Oh. Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Bruce Wilson just moved to Tennessee. Who?
Welcome.
Who's Bruce Wilson?
Bruce Wilson of the Wilsons.
I don't know.
The Wilson family. That's Bruce.
Pepsi unsubscribed.
I think the bar color went dead.
Did you say Pepsi? You don't like Coke better than Pepsi?
No, I like Pepsi.
Better than Coke?
When did you ever see me?
Since when?
I like the Mexican Coke because it has real sugar in it. They don't make Mexican Pepsi. But if I had a choice between Coke or Pepsi, it's Pepsi every time.
No, it's too sweet.
I like that.
Ugh, it's all syrupy.
Okay, she's learned to ignore the bar
Well,
collar.
I gave her bones. No, it's not going off.
Yeah, it just went off.
Grease Billy Garage says, I own property in Sevierville, but I live by the Freedom Factory in Florida. Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice. We should move to Florida.
It's so humid.
I know, but
And it's so
warm.
far away from everything.
How? How's it far away from everything?
It's all the way down in the bottom of the country.
But so much stuff goes on there.
But we're central here to everything.
Central to what? Where do we go? We don't go anywhere.
We could.
But we don't. Because there's nothing going on around us.
What are you talking about? We're the same exact distance right now. We're the same exact distance from the coast in the Carolinas, the Canadian border, the Gulf, and the nothing, the great nothing to the left.
Okay. Your brother says, will we be doing a live this coming Wednesday?
Yes.
I hope so.
Yes, we do our Wednesday night Tech Talk Live.
Ideas
yes.
for the show.
What was that now?
He's loaded with tech ideas for the show.
Nice,
On
nice,
Wednesday.
nice. Block him. Block my brother.
No, no. Oh my goodness. Too funny. All right. Bruce Wilson left Florida to move to Tennessee. Really? To be honest, the winter's really getting on my nerves.
Yeah, me too.
I can't take it anymore. I really can't take it anymore.
The winters here are so mild, but
They are, but I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done with them too.
Let's see. The formula says, I'm with Tony. I'm stuck with peninsula mentality for life. Peninsula mentality. What is that?
That's it. They're down there.
That's it?
That's it.
They're down there and that's it? What does that mean? What does that mean?
It means that they never venture out of it.
Well, because they have everything there that they need.
They don't really have everything there that they need.
They
have
do.
They have everything that's in Florida.
Right.
Right. I'm not knocking Florida. I like Florida,
yeah.
but I don't want to be that far removed from the rest of the country.
Tony, how do you choose a cam for your race motor?
I really don't have any race motors, honestly. I have a bunch of scraps that I've put together.
Junk. It's junk, Tony.
It really is. Currently, everything I own is, when I say everything I own, everything that we've used on the channel has really been built out of junk and hand-me-down parts and stuff like that. Because that's the theme of the channel. The theme of the channel is to work with...
People don't want to hear that, though.
Well, but the hell with the ones that don't want to hear it. But how do I choose a cam for... Well, okay, the last race motor I built was 25 years ago. It was a blown nitro motor.
Yeah.
Many blown nitro motors. And you choose a cam accordingly.
What does that mean? You choose a cam accordingly?
You choose a cam. You choose a cam according to the combination that you're running.
If I asked you, how do you choose a cam? What would you tell me?
Depends on what it is you're trying to achieve. Like on the most on the most basic level, you would choose a cam on the intended application. So, is it a towing, cruiser type of thing, or is it a performance thing? You know, you're more concerned with gas mileage and drivability, or top end performance, right? You know, high RPM performance. So that's on the most rudimentary level of it. And then you got to keep refining further and further and further and further and further until you get like, okay, here we're building this fuel motor now, and we want to try something that's ground 2 degrees. You know, it becomes a very specific thing once you have a combination. So you can tell. So in other words, like you've got the combination that you're running, and you want to affect a change, let's say, on the bottom end, on the top end, or in the middle.
What if I want a 3/4 race cam?
Or you can just order a 3/4 race cam. Which...
What?
That's what I do.
Is that what you do?
I call the cam manufacturer and order a 3/4. And I tell them it's for a race. and it works.
All right, so Dr. Art says any cam will do, just turn up the turbo for more boost.
And that's another way to do it.
The 3/4 race cams didn't exist, Alan says.
Once you've got a refined combination, then you want to start playing around, moving lobes around and shit like that. It's very, I got to do a whole video on this. Honestly, I have to do a whole video.
You should do. You know what? You should make like little checklists, like a paper that people could download, and they can checklist like what they want, and then arrive at like what kind of cam they should pick.
Well, that's what cam manufacturers are there
Do they
for.
put that out there though? They don't have that. They don't really actually have that. That's a thing that you could actually make. And say, download this. And check these questions off. And that would guide people that are new to picking. Like, I mean, it's not a simple thing.
It's not a simple thing. Every
Right.
engine is different, and
Right.
and every combination is different. Cam selection from a low performance or like a regular street driver type of thing, very broad and very general. And then, like I said, you get into your more refined combinations, and then just a degree or two here or there makes a difference. And not every profile or not every cam concept works in every application. So you say, oh, that's a wide slope separation for this. And it doesn't always work. It just depends on what you're working with. Which is why there are so many different grinds out there.
Right. Kiwi says, gotta go, guys. See you Wednesday.
All right, don't drink too much, Kiwi.
Let's see. Swamp Rat says, you actually are eligible to move to Florida. Now you are approaching full requirements, including your love of bocce ball.
The Italians invaded that place 30 years ago.
30, try again.
40 years ago, yeah.
There's Italians everywhere in Florida.
I know.
The pizza must be okay, right?
Pizza here is good.
Yeah, it's all right. Chris says, hi, Uncle Tony, are there any advantages to using a blower cam in a NA motor?
See, again, like, a blower cam is a very broad category, right? There's really no such thing as a blower cam unless it's a cam ground for a specific engine with a specific type of blower that operates in a specific type of range. Other than that, it's just a generic term. Are there any benefits to it? A cam ground for a certain blower application may work very well in an NA application. It just all depends.
Stray Bullet says, maybe you guys should become snowbirds.
Well, we talked about that, actually. We talked about that. We may buy some land in Florida. May. But I want to get through the rest of this year first.
Let's see how things go. Hot Rod Monza says, I get my cams out of Mad Magazine.
Out of Mad Magazine. Just order the 3/4.
The 3/4 and the sea monkeys.
Yeah. I was stuck on the 5/8 until somebody talked me into a 3/4, and I was like, that's full race.
Full race. To be snowbirds, you have to live in a place that gets snow. We do get snow.
Yeah, we had snow.
We get snow every year.
We have like 3 days of snow here.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, we get snow every year. So, I actually have pictures of the dogs in the snow. They enjoyed it. But they would probably like the ocean better. Yeah. You can't go anywhere down here in snowbird season, Reese Belly Garage says. No? Can't go anywhere? That's fine. I'll stay home with my pool. It's fine. Shit, I only had a half race cam, Lout Burn says.
Yeah, that's how. Well, you know, you're an underachiever.
Hmm. But see, if we went to Florida when it was cold here, like you could do more things there. You could still go to the track. Like they closed the track early here.
They close them early and they open them late, and I
It's
don't know
kind of
why.
crazy. It's weird. But our weather here is kind of shitty too.
See, like
We get a lot of rain. A lot of rain.
back, like Atco was open year round. Didn't make any difference. I remember literally, I remember
We were
racing there in the snow.
freezing. Yep, we were there in November. It was freezing.
November.
Cold.
We were there January. It
Yeah.
was like, you know, it was like 10 degrees. The track is open. There's no traction. There's no hope of traction. I remember racing there in snow flurries.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's weird how they close everything.
Yeah, and
it
here
feels
it's like-
a little slight chance of rain. That's it. Shut. Not open. Oh, Tony, is the boomer chair still around? I miss it.
yes, it's in the back. I got to start using it again.
Grace Belly says Bradenton Motorsports Park is rocking these days. I'm sure.
That's a nice track. We used to go down there once a year for the snowbirds.
Mhm.
I did that for years. We did that for like 10 years. It was always at the snowbirds.
Yeah.
And then I guess they don't do that anymore.
Who doesn't do that anymore? The NHRA?
Well, it wasn't the NHRA. It was an event called the Snowbird
Oh, okay.
Nationals, and they always ran funny car and top fuel. So for like the late 1980s, from like 1988, 1989 until
Oh, he's saying they do. Grace Belly says they do.
do they?
Mhm.
Okay.
You're just unaware.
Well, I was at the Snowbirds I think every year for about 10 years.
Mhm. Michael Perry says, "Hey Tony, this is the guy in the sassy grass green Roadrunner you've seen in Murfreesboro.
Oh, okay.
You asked me to send you my info in an email a couple months ago. I did a couple times and never got a response.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, Michael.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Can you re-forward it again? Because I probably missed it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a way to get him my. Okay, so send Kathy, UncleTony'sGarage@gmail.com. Send her your number. She gets, listen to me, she gets like 1,000 emails a day. It's insane. It's insane. But if you send it tonight, she'll check it tonight.
Yeah.
And just give me your phone number and I'll text you tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't want to pitch Avian Water, or there's a cereal that they want you to pitch?
I
as
don't
well?
pitch anything. I don't ever pitch anything for
I
anybody.
see these emails come through and I'm like, no.
Please.
No. You don't want to sell cereal, Tony, to your viewers?
No. No. I have journalistic integrity.
Oh, nice.
I will not pitch any product, period, the end. If I buy something and I use it and I like it, I talk about it. But at the same token, if I buy something and it doesn't work, I talk about it. But I don't pitch things.
It's funny. Would you pitch cookie pussies for Corvette?
No.
No.
No, because my customers.
UTG merch? Yeah, you pitch merch.
Well, yeah, that's a little bit different. And how often do I do it, right? Like twice a year, I'll pitch merch. No, I feel that my viewers have to endure commercials.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
They click on one of our videos and they got to sit there through a commercial.
Right.
They watch 5 minutes of one of our videos and they got another commercial to sit through. And I will not expose my customers to my viewers. Well, they are customers, really. I will not expose my viewers to any more commercial interruption than they already have through YouTube. I get paid. I get paid very well. I don't need any extra money.
And they're trying to make you turn on the what you call it, too.
Oh, please! They're trying to get me
They're
turn on
trying to give
mission.
us money.
This is how YouTube is, right?
Crazy.
They want to pay us $2,000
Yeah.
just to turn on memberships.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They're like,
This
"Here's
is so
free
me.
money."
If I'm lying,
They
I'm
keep
dying. Okay.
Messaging us. They're like, they toggle things. Like they put it on, and they're just like, click this button. We turned it on for you, and we're like, no.
Yeah. No, but now the
They're like,
latest
"We're gonna
thing.
give you $2,000. No.
Yeah, yesterday. They're like, YouTube was like, we'll give you $2,000 to turn on membership.
No.
I will not do it.
Yeah. No.
I absolutely will not do that.
Yeah. I mean, if we did it, you'd get like dog videos and cooking segments.
Yeah,
No, we're not doing that.
yeah. I
It's crazy
no,
because
no.
they know that they make money that way.
Yeah, they make
YouTube
money
makes
that way.
money that way.
Mm. We would make money too that way.
Right, but yeah, no.
I the, the way the way I view things. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is how I see things. Okay,
That could buy another Jeep, Oscar Gonzalez says.
I could go buy
Funny.
20 more Jeeps right now. I can go.
Uh, Winnie, stop it. I'm gonna break an ankle, I swear. She's digging holes. She's digging holes.
Here's my viewpoint.
Wait. You got a super chat.
Thank you.
710 Cap says, thank you for no commercials. I pay Google $14 per month for YouTube Premium to not have to watch commercials.
Yeah, and we get a cut when YouTube includes that.
Yeah.
What you pay, what people
Thank you,
pay
Michael.
for ad, yeah. So thank you. It's no.
YouTube has me hidden in comment sections. I am not thrilled with them right now. Thumper. Oh yeah, well, Thumper, I don't have to approve you all the time now, like I had been approving you every comment.
Yeah,
that
that's
you
right.
put. So they're hiding you less.
So, and this is something that it's just how I see things. Okay, so it's like I value all of our viewers equally. Okay, 100%. I value everybody equally. Right now, if I have a membership or we have an exclusive thing, let's say that you have to buy into for special content. To me, that's a slap in the face of my viewers who can't afford it,
Right.
who don't have the extra money. We have I mean,
People put money into lots of apps and stuff like that already.
Say that again.
I said people drop money on a lot of apps and stuff already. You get nickeled and dimed to death.
They get nickeled and dimed to death.
Right.
Right. So I know that for every one viewer that can afford that extra $10 or whatever it happens to be, I know that there are 10 viewers that are just scraping by. You know what I mean? And they're watching this stuff because they can't be actually out there doing it themselves. So they're living vicariously through us and they're learning through us and so on and so forth. And to do content that cuts them out of the loop is like it's like an insult. I find it to be vile, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah. No.
So no, we won't take you to 2,000. They want to give me $2,000 just for hitting a button.
Right.
No, ain't gonna do it.
Nope.
Ain't gonna do it.
Your brother says, I'm sorry, but I'm willing to wear a Joe's Garage t-shirt if YouTube wants to give me $2,000.
I do that. That's no problem.
No, it's kind of funny. But I think most people do put on those memberships. Like that's a normal part of doing YouTube.
I know it's a normal part of doing YouTube, but
Yeah.
I'm not a normal.
Oh no, I know, I agree. This way you get to keep your integrity.
I get to keep my
You get
integrity,
to keep your
exactly.
integrity, and you do the channel how you want to do the channel.
Yeah, we do this channel
And you
on
don't
our
answer
on
to
our own
anybody.
terms. And if you notice, we haven't changed. Okay, we're doing this now for 6 years. Okay, and in 6 years, our scenery, our backgrounds have changed because we've moved to different locations and stuff like that. But the way we do our content and the way we treat our viewers has not changed, and it never will change.
Uncle Tony's looking buff. Are you looking buff, Tony? Are you even working out?
Well,
You put the motor in the car, right?
yeah, the motor's
That's probably it.
in the Belvedere.
Yeah. Don't start smoking like Tony.
Yeah, you get smoke. That helps.
No. Sean Davison, Tony, does it matter if the inside of my Muncie 4-speed case is a little chewed up where the input shaft goes?
I'd have to see it. I don't know. Don't know.
No workout, just eating ice cream cake. Joe
Ice
Jason.
cream cake and smoking are my health secrets.
Good. Fritz Fussell says, Uncle Tony, have you, ow, sorry, that's the dog. He just scratched me. Have you ever heard of silverback carburetors? Ow. Joel,
Why are they doing that to you?
I have no idea. She really hurt me. Ow.
I haven't.
Oh, sorry, everyone.
Yeah, she just got mauled by two dogs
Ow.
at the same time.
Ow. Oh man, she's got really long nails. That was the says, I'm that viewer. Appreciate you, Uncle Tony.
I appreciate you, bro.
Holy Comrade says, Tony, it must be the Mopar work that you do when you work on it. No. Claim? Nick Rooney?
Maggie, what are you doing? Maggie? You alright?
Is she alright?
Yeah,
What's she
she's laying there like...
Gives Tony another beer? Tony's not drinking.
I'm not drinking.
Crazy puppers. Yeah, she's got really long nails and she weighs like 50 pounds. She just jumped on me and clawed my back. Cut your carbs, not your carburetors. Yeah. Oh my goodness, your brother again.
Block him!
No,
Just
I'm
block him!
blocking him. He says, Tony, in case of a power outage during Wednesday night tech show, how many candles would you have to light so the show could continue?
Just one, really. Just one.
One so you could wish the lights go back on?
No,
No.
that would be adequate light.
Okay. Nick Rooney. Let's see.
Block him.
New City Carpet says, Tony, I have to tell you, the Shift with Anger video was a great seminar. I pushed a stock 4-barrel 1965 GTO to 1378 at 101.5.
Nice.
Nice. The vape says, good night, Uncle Tony and Kathy. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Hey, Uncle Tony, what was your first car? Who's growling? What's she growling?
Oh, it's that time of the night now. They're going to start going nutty. My first car was one that I bought and never got out of the junkyard. It was a 66 Charger. What is she doing?
She has Winnie's bone.
Oh, all right. They'll deal with it. Let them fight.
All right. What's up?
But the first car that I actually built was my '69 Charger. I was 16, and I bought a stolen recovery '69 Charger that had been stripped. No motor, no trans. I had to sell the rear end of it. I had to sell the rear end out to pay for the tow to get it back to my house. It was rough. It was rough. I'm 16 years old, but I built it.
Philip Reed sent you a super chat.
Thank you.
Says, any tips for upholstery work and interior work for a car you can't find any decent parts to match?
Oh, bro, I know you sent the super chat looking for an answer, but I do not have one.
What kind of car is it? You can't find any decent parts to match.
Yeah, upholstery people are insane.
You gotta do it yourself.
You got to do it yourself. Well, I mean, it depends on your budget. You know, how much can you work with?
Upholstery stuff is expensive.
Upholstery is crazy.
Even if you do it yourself, it's still expensive.
It's not nearly as bad.
No, it's not nearly as bad, but it's still.
Yeah. I wish I could give you some.
I don't know what car it is, kind of car.
Yeah.
We've done some in our cars.
Yeah.
We've done seats.
And it's not fun.
No, it's not fun. It hurts your hands a lot.
And it never turns out quite right.
It turns out okay. I think the seat covers that they manufacture now are not the quality that they used to be. They kind of just go on, and they always have wrinkles.
Well, here's the thing, right? Upholstery people charge a lot, okay? But they produce, right? They produce really good results. So.
Oh yeah, SMS Auto Interiors is beautiful. You're gonna pay through the nose.
Yeah.
They have upholstery fabric that's original, and they make beautiful stuff. And you're gonna have to wait for it, and you're gonna pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
But they are the best, probably. Have you seen some of their covers? Absolutely beautiful. But it's because it's original material.
Yes.
That's why.
But upholstery people earn their keep. They really do. Having done some seats myself, the difference between what I can turn out with my best efforts and what a professional turns out is night and day.
Yeah. Basic Garage says, I just assembled the bottom end of my 340 and found a defective top ring while assembling the very last piston to go in. Dang it. It's coming apart again. I'm glad I caught it.
Well, defective how?
Oh, I don't know. You didn't say.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dominic. Happy Mother's Day. Yep, paid $1,000. I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking Mexican spec. Use minute upholstery. I don't know, what is that? What is that? Duct tape?
Uh-oh.
What? What's the matter?
The lantern was almost dead. I had to turn it up.
Yeah, it's probably.
I might be running out of oil. Yeah, I think it's running out of oil.
There's some in the shed.
Nah, let it go out.
You can let it go out.
Let it go out.
Everyone subscribe to Mexican Spec and leave some comments. He's a nice guy and his blue wrench is starting to show square. Yeah. Oh no, the lantern is out.
Yeah.
Secret Conspirator says, new fan here, love the content.
Thank you.
Let's see. Drew Mulford sent you super chat. She's 84 Chevy K10 305, low power in top gear only.
Because you got a little 305 pushing that big ass truck.
So that's why.
Yeah, it's not. You need at least a 350 in that thing to be happy.
Secret Conspirator says, learning a lot. That's good. Fill it with hydrazine. Don't do that. Build a fox body, Tony. Supernova says.
No, I'm good.
No.
I'll find somebody if I come across somebody who's got a fox body that wants me to play with it. I'm all in. But I'm not gonna. No, I'm not adding anything else.
Cool Guy says, do you like new Charger with V8 or Scat Pack? Do you like it?
I'm not into the modern Mopars. Like, I'm gonna explain it to you. Like, I'm a Mopar guy, to the bone, okay? But the new cars, they're Mopar in name only. It's like it's not. Like, there's a certain era and a certain design language that I identify with, and that's what makes me a Mopar guy. Not just it's a Dodge, if that makes any sense. So I don't feel any allegiance to any of the new Chrysler products. To me, they're no different than a Toyota or a Pontiac. I'm not making Pontiacs anymore. They're no different than any other car. So it's like I don't see a new Challenger or a new Charger and say, yes, Mopar. No, it's I see Daimler or Stellantis, or I don't see Mopar. So I'm not saying anything bad about the cars, just that they're not my Mopar.
Dog's going crazy. Tony, what's the best way to keep the rotating assembly at the lowest friction? Hapless rings.
What was that now?
What's the best way to keep the rotating assembly at the lowest friction? Hapless rings.
Topless rings?
Hapless? It says hapless rings.
Gapless.
Well, maybe you meant gapless.
Gapless rings. Like a ZGS second ring?
I don't know.
That doesn't necessarily, a zero gap ring doesn't necessarily reduce rotating friction. I mean, your least rotating friction is going to come from like a stainless ring and a very fine bore, a low tension stainless ring. But that has nothing to do with ZGS. A zero gap secondary ring is just one that instead of it having a gap, it overlaps. So it's half a ring on this side on the bottom and half a ring on this side on the top. And when you assemble them, they overlap each other, and that's what a zero gap ring is. But that has absolutely no effect on friction.
Philip Reed sent you a super chat.
Yes, thank you.
Says it's my magical Mark V that survived a fire. Found out the power seat switches and boards of the era are known for shorting out.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I can see that. I know those switches. I've fixed many of them.
Let's see. Zero gap ring equals more friction. No, Danny Boyd says.
No,
No.
no, no. Okay, so the gap. No, no, because the gap closes up really at operating temperature. No, no, neither. It won't affect friction either way.
Robert says, "Hey Tony, regarding the Jeep drag racer, I know you and the doctor tuned the computer for timing. Would you be allowed to reprogram the computer for E85 fuel?"
I don't think it'll go that far because it's not the computer. At some point, it's the capacity of the pump, it's the capacity of the injectors. So no, I don't think you could. Those injectors, the ones that are in there, and the computer, like its range, wouldn't be big enough for E85. That wasn't when those things were designed. That wasn't on the table. There was no such thing as E85. There wasn't even anything such thing as E10, to tell you the truth. If you go back to the 1990s when these things were designed. So no, the capacity won't be there in the injector or the pump, or any part of the system, really, for that matter, for the volume necessary to run E85. So no.
Hughes says, "As soon as I saw you smoking and working on fuel lines, I knew you were the man I need to listen to."
You can't light gasoline with a cigarette. You can't light gasoline vapors. You can't light gasoline liquid. You can't light gasoline anything with a cigarette. And I did a whole video on that.
Big Bad Jones sent you a super chat. He says, "Your videos have been worth more than this. I work on my cars in a gravel driveway, and your videos inspire me. Bought a 72 Coronet because I like Bottle Rocket. I'm going to start making videos with it."
Do it.
Very
Absolutely.
good.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
And
Thank
you're the
you.
guy. You're the guy we do this channel for. You're exactly the guy that we do this channel for. We base everything off of. So I recorded the video that we're going to post tomorrow morning. I recorded it this afternoon. And in there, I made a comment in that video because we're sticking with a very strict budget, a $3,000 budget on Mission Improbable. And I said in the video that a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, and it's the same thing like with the hot rod culture. If you do things that are beyond the reach of the least able, you're cutting them off. You know what I mean? And that's the foundation of the whole culture. See what I'm saying? So like you're literally the guy that we do this channel for. And if anybody above that level that maybe gets something from it, that's great. But when we think through a project or an idea or a concept, you're the guy who we're thinking of. Yeah, I got a gravel driveway, or I got a carport, or I got the bare minimums. You're the guy we're doing the channel for.
You look dark without the lamp.
I feel dark without the lamp.
Do you
I
want-
don't have a soul. I didn't realize that the lamp was everything.
Do you want some oil?
You want to get it?
Yeah, I'll get it. Yeah,
Where is it?
It's in the shed.
But what do I do while you're getting the?
Oh, here, I'll read you a question.
Right, read me a question.
Richard Stanberry says, "The oil pressure gauge on my Dakota has begun to fluctuate towards low. How do I know if I can trust the gauge?"
You got to double check it with a mechanical gauge. I mean, is it erratic? Is it moving around? Or is it just kind of like ever creeping ever closer to zero all the time? You got to throw a mechanical gauge because it's an electronic gauge on that. So it could be a bad sending unit. It could be 1,000 different things that'll cause it to fluctuate or not read correctly. So put a mechanical gauge on it and see what it does. Oh, she's taking a really long time. See, I answered that question. Now I'm out of things to talk about, and this is where I panic because my autistic self can only. Come on, hurry. But I answered the question, and now I'm all okay. Now I have something to occupy myself, and I'm okay. See. Okay.
Tony looks good in the dark, yeah. Can you light the oil with a cigarette?
No. All right. Watch me spill this all over the
Please
table.
try not to spill that. Rusty Fuel, I like your channel for engineering common sense.
We try. You know, I started to talk about this before, and I got sidetracked
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I do. So there was a comment on today's video, or yesterday's video, I should say, that I saw today, and it was a guy who was like,
You don't have to fill it all away. It's good.
no,
Don't spill it. The dogs are out.
I'm not gonna spill it. I'm not gonna spill it.
Go ahead. There's a comment.
Wait, I gotta focus.
At
I
the
spilled
same
it.
time. See?
Damn it. All right.
Tony's lampless. Yeah. Spill it. Yeah. He did. He spilled it.
All right. So he more or less accused me of being a bitter old man who doesn't like anything. This was based on that Demon 170 video, right?
I've seen a couple comments like
Yeah, it's a fairly common comment, right?
I see an old man yells at clouds.
The old man yells at clouds, right? And I responded to the comment, and I said,
There you go.
it's not that I'm a bitter old man.
Right.
It's that I understand the difference between progressive technology and repressive technology.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a topic of a video I'm going to do this week. That's something I really want to talk about, right? Because there's a line, okay? There's technology that helps you, that makes you freer, okay? And then you cross a line, you cross this threshold where the technology is no longer making you freer, but it's making you a slave
Right.
to
It owns you.
It owns
Yeah,
you.
there's that fine line between do you own what you have or does it own you?
Right. And I said in the comment, I says, you know, if you're a younger guy, you may not understand that because this is what you came up in.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a difference between, and until, honestly, I never really thought about it until I typed out that reply.
Mm-hmm.
And there's progressive technology and then repressive technology.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're at right now. We've got to a point with all of our technology, including this thing that we're doing right now,
Mm-hmm.
where you've become a slave to the technology.
Right.
So I'm going to do a video on that and keep it in the automotive realm.
Yes. Let's see. Right to repair.
Yeah, right to repair. Well, you see, the right to repair is part of it. Because you can have the right to repair it doesn't mean that you're going to have the ability to
Right.
repair it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Just because you have the right to fix something doesn't mean that the parts to fix it are going to be available or reasonably priced. Or you see what I'm saying? And the right to repair is a umbrella concept.
It's okay. It's okay. Ah. This is not technological advice, showcases. Left to repair, decent tech, and garbage check. Truer words have never been spoken, Josh Holman says.
I try to stick with true words.
The formula says Tony doesn't get jiggly with this. What does that mean?
I don't get what?
Jiggly? I don't know. What does that mean?
I don't even know. I probably don't get jiggly.
No.
I'm a lot of things jiggly, not in there.
Travis Moore says, 3D printed parts may be key to the future of automobile collectors and Mopar. Oh.
Well, when it comes to certain parts, yeah. But you know, I don't know enough about 3D printing. I mean, I know the basics of 3D printing, but I don't know how you would 3D print a module or a processor.
Pew says, saw a Tesla truck the other day. Man, it was ugly.
Those cyber trucks are everywhere here
Yeah,
now.
we
I'm seeing
see
them
them.
everywhere, and they get dirty. Like they get real. Like okay, that stain. The completely slab side stainless shows every bit of dirt. Every Cybertruck I've seen so far is like filthy, and I know that it's not that they're taking them off roading or anything like that. But if it like it rains, if it's just like the normal like wetness. The dirt that's kind of hidden on a regular car because it has body lines and it has a color to it, paint. Whoa! Not on a Cybertruck. It shows everything. I think it's one of those unintended consequences of this. You know, gee, why hasn't anybody else built a completely slab-sided stainless steel car? Well, now we know why. Because it shows every bit of dirt.
Dan Demand says, "Hey Tony, I'm in Knoxville. I have a two-wheel drive '99 Cherokee I race. It's a Jasper 4.0."
Oh, nice. Nice. What do you run with it?
No, he doesn't say.
I may need to pick your brain as far as traction because last night,
Don't talk about
I'm
it.
not going to talk about last night.
Video goes up tomorrow.
Yeah, the video go up tomorrow.
Well, now you guys know about traction, so it's too late.
Well, it's no secret that it's got traction issues, but it's gone to a whole new level.
Corvette Fire says, "Amazon electric vans are so quiet, they are dangerous." They're very quiet.
Which?
They're vans, Amazon's vans.
Oh.
They're electric.
Are they?
Super quiet.
Till one of them lights off.
Well, how can kids play in the street without getting run over?
Well, they're supposed to have a beeping sound.
I don't think kids play in the street anymore. I don't know. Glenn says, "Anyone know what grade of stainless the Cybertruck is made of?" No.
I don't know.
Let's see. Alan says, "You went Friday and Saturday?"
We never made it on Friday.
No.
I'll talk about that in the video.
Right. Tried to go. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Cybertrucks are popular as anything ever. Seems they can't make them fast enough, Wayne Ferguson says.
I don't know about that. I just saw a lot full of them. I mean, it's a gimmick for sure. If you want to stand out in a crowd, there's no better way. I don't know if there's. I don't know. I think a lot of the orders a lot of the ones that we're seeing out there now were ordered a couple of years ago. So I don't know.
Lucas says, "Wait till you see the self-driving cars. They are everywhere in Arizona."
Yeah.
Chuck Dixon, "Tony, did you put the spring shackles back on the XJ?"
Yes.
Let's see. Love this cool evening weather.
Oh, it's gorgeous out right
It's
now.
cool right now. Let's see. Still none of those things here, though. Oh, Olive says, "I guess you don't have any Cybertrucks near you?"
They're here.
There's a few here.
Yeah, I'm seeing like 2 or 3 of them a day. I don't know if they're the same ones, but
68 Charger stands out better, maybe. UT, what do you think about the cylinder deactivation systems? What is that? I didn't even know what that is. What is that?
Well, that started back in the late '70s with Cadillac. They had that the 468 motor. So what happens is, let's say you got an 8-cylinder engine. Under certain loads, under certain conditions, you don't need all 8 cylinders. So it'll deactivate however many cylinders it needs to create a balance of the power necessary in the cylinders that have to be fed. It's not a new concept.
That's not like Paula's van though. So every time she stopped, it shuts off.
No, that's a whole other thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was in the. She just bought this van.
Her friend Paula.
And I'm in the van with her, and I'm like, "What is the car doing? Did it just start?"
Yeah.
It shuts off
Shuts
like
off
every
in
5
traffic
minutes.
and it restarts. And then when you need a starter, and the starter's $1,500.
That would drive me crazy. Your channel is great. Nova Nut 1964 says.
Thank you.
Poor starter motors. Get the short grip, put it in, should launch it, Chuck Dixon says.
There's no question about it. Like,
Don't talk about it.
I can say it a little bit.
No, I have a question for you. Brennan Hart says, "Thank you for what you do, Tony. I'm 18 years old and into old Dodge trucks. Money is limited right now. Everybody throws expensive parts to get power. It's more impressive to make big power out of stock."
Yep.
Very cool.
It's always fun to play at the level that you're comfortable at, as long as you don't let other people's opinions, you know what I mean? Oh, it's just a turd. That's just a piece of shit. But if you have, an 18-second vehicle, and you take it and you play around with it, and you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna jet the carburetor, or I'm gonna block the heat crossover, or whatever it is that you're gonna do, right? And I'm gonna overinflate the front tires, and I'm gonna, and you get that 18-second thing to go 1760, let's just say. That's a win, and it's a great feeling, and it's a lot of fun, and that's what the spirit of all of this shit is. The problem comes when you get caught up in the all of the noise. You know what I mean? Oh, that's just a slow piece of shit. No, you achieve something. You have the same feeling of cutting those 4/10 off of your 18-second vehicle as the guy, as the guy who runs a pro mod car. He found 2000s. You know what I mean? It's the same accomplishment. It's the same thing. It's just operating at a different level. So stick at the level that you're at. And we were talking about yesterday, living beneath your means, and honestly, it's the same thing with vehicles. Work beneath your means. It's more fun. It's more fun. It's more rewarding.
Right. Phoenix Drake says, I like the focus on older cars. I don't like the newer ones. What is going on?
Cat fight, but not the fun kind.
Okay, sorry. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was crazy. Older cars had style and flair. These modern ones, no style, no flair. Cold and emotionless. Yes.
I agree.
For sure. Oh my gosh. Cats behaving badly. Yes. That was nuts. We don't have any cats anymore.
We have a really active backyard.
There's no peace here.
The birds, the dogs, the cats, the possums. Every once in a while we get the skunk come through here. The rabbits. This is a really... The only thing we haven't had back here is like armadillos.
There was an armadillo back here.
There was?
Yeah, I'm not going to cross the lawn.
Are you kidding me?
No, there was an armadillo back here.
Okay.
Let's see. Laugh out loud, my dogs just went crazy. I'm sorry, Tom. That was crazy. I watched Robot Cantina where they put Harbor Freight Predator engines in little old cars. Maggie.
What was that now?
I watched Robot Cantina where they put Harbor Freight Predator engines in little old cars.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
Jenny Boyd saw a groundhog there last week. Nice. No, we don't have jackalopes. No.
I was watching a Cliff High video last night, and in the middle of it, there's a dog started barking, and I was like, yes, I'm not alone.
Maggie. Shh. Rough, yes, I know. Jackalopes, yeah, I read that one. I said, understanding that I've been learning much more. I'm not a rocket engineer, but I'm not stupid either.
What was that now?
No, I can't.
I can't hear.
You gotta get her inside.
Maggie?
I can't hear either.
Maggie! Oh, jeez. Hang on, let me get Maggie.
Get Maggie. Thank you, Anthony. Happy Mother's Day.
Maggie? Don't run away from me. Come on, we're going in.
She hurt the cat.
Oh, she doesn't have a collar.
Of course she doesn't.
No, I took it off because
Winnie
was strangling her. All right. We're going to have to just deal.
Okay, Luke had says, did you do any New York City racing back in the day, Fountain Avenue?
Yes. Lived on Fountain Avenue.
Say hi to Maggie. Yeah, she barks all the time. All the time. Oh, sorry, that was a reply to another person. Okay, sorry. Dada says, I'm watching a nice green dart. What do you think? Oh, okay, yeah. Tony got up to try and put Maggie in the house. Jackalopes are real. Yeah. Are they real, Tony?
I don't know. Hey, Maggie!
What's on the top of the house, Maggie? Roof. Yes. All right, Joe K says, Tony, you don't have to own one, but would you ever take a 170 for a rip down the track if the
Oh, sure.
situation came up?
Yeah, if it came up, sure. I mean, there's very few things I wouldn't take down the track.
Phoenix says a dude is walking a dog across the street and the dog looked right up when you started barking. It's like the butterfly effect. What's gonna happen next?
The apocalypse started
Right.
with Maggie barking at a cat.
Right. Oh no. UTG's Wild Kingdom, yeah. Winnie. Alright. Abel D says, Tony, I live 2 blocks from a Tesla dealership. I get thumbs up when I drive my son's 66 VW Patina Beetle through their lot from people that just took ownership of their 2024 Tesla as they drive out. Nice.
Well, you know, just because you bought a Tesla doesn't mean that you're down on, you know, or an electric car in general. Just because you bought an electric car doesn't mean that you dislike internal combustion cars. There's, and vice versa. Just, I keep saying it. I have no problem with electric cars. I have a problem with legislation. I have a problem with electric cars being forced and agendas being forced. I have no problem with the concept of an electric car. Big differences. So just because you have one or like one doesn't mean you can't like the other.
No, I didn't see the Aurora Borealis. It was in Tennessee, though, but I didn't see. It was in North Carolina and Alabama. I know. Yeah, it was everywhere. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I can't concentrate. Okay, so do you remember the video that you were going to do?
Which
that
one?
you were talking about? No, you don't. You've forgotten it, right?
Short-term memory issues. It's bad.
Yeah. The video you were going to do about when a car owns you versus you.
Oh, yeah,
technology.
progressive versus
Mhm.
repressive technology, yes.
Again, what is happening?
There's a cat fighting back there.
With what?
Who the hell knows? It could be anything.
What was that?
That was a street race between 2 bikes.
Yeah, okay. Clayton the Toolbox sends you super chat.
Thank you.
Do you think I would have any gains at the track by replacing my glass packs with straight pipe? It has headers, 2.5-inch pipe, and 3-inch collectors.
Probably. You would probably see a difference. I mean, just the fact that you're necking down from 3-inch collector to a 2.5-inch glass pack is a restriction right there. And a glass pack, by its nature, creates a lot of turbulence through the pipe, so that creates drag. Yes, if performance is all you're after, yeah, replacing the glass packs with straight pipe would probably help. You're not going to see a huge. I mean, you're probably talking like between like 5 and like 10 horsepower. So it's not going to be huge. But if you're already maxed out, then yeah, that makes a difference.
Stephen's Pulse says, "What a neighborhood."
Oh, it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy.
Crazy lately.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be like this.
It's more active than it's been for sure. But I like it that way.
You do. The animals in the yard are a problem. Let's see. I like a person that likes cats and cars. Yeah? We had a cat.
Winnie, come here. What's going on?
Tony,
You're a
thoughts
good
on
girl.
Cybertruck 0 to 60?
You're a good girl. I just saw a drag tester when I ran 1180, which is that's pretty damn fast. That's what it is.
There's a lot of cat lovers in the comments. Let's see. Death tried to catch you, but the cat stopped him. Oh, Death. Okay, so For the people that weren't here last week, there's a guy that walks around that looks like the
Yeah.
Undertaker with like
Yeah, we call him Death.
makeup
He's
on.
okay.
Call him
I've seen him a
Death.
couple of times this week.
That's what that is. You saw him this week?
Yes,
I haven't seen him.
I've seen him. I saw him walking over the overpass.
Oh,
It might have been today, actually.
today?
Might have been today,
Oh.
coming back from the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait until Tony gets some sheep. Oh, God.
Well, I'm seriously
Alright.
thinking about a sheep farm.
Oh goodness, because I don't do enough. All right. So Bobby Z says, getting to be more of a cat person. They're self-sufficient and don't bark. But they kill everything.
They kill the death machines.
Little death machines.
They really are. They kill just for kicks. It's terrible. We had dead birds like everywhere back here.
Mhm.
I used to feel bad, you know. It's like,
That baby bunny yesterday, I tried to revive the cat next door.
Yeah.
I made him drop it. I was like, drop it. Because the bunny was still moving.
yeah,
I couldn't save it though.
yeah. That's the thing. Like dogs aren't really like that. My dogs will go like for instance, last night they went berserk. They're freaking out, and they're all like in the corner over there, and they're jumping and screaming and carrying on. And then Winnie comes running across the yard, and she drops something right here, right where I'm sitting right now, and it was a baby possum, right? But she didn't hurt it. You know what I mean? She was just like, she just picked it up, she carried it, and she dropped it. There wasn't a mark on this thing, and of course it was playing dead. So I
Is
took
it
it.
playing possum?
I brought it and stuck it under the shed on the other side where it could like mellow out. But yeah, they won't like just indiscriminately kill.
Well, they
Cats, on the
will.
other hand,
They will. They have killed.
a chicken. One chicken. They got a
They
chicken.
killed a chicken.
Yeah.
One of them killed my cat.
Oh, and it was Trixie.
Yeah, she killed my cat.
But that was 15 years ago.
Still, she killed my cat.
Your cat was probably asking for it.
No. Let's not even get into this. Really. He was sick. So she's like, I'm going to play ragdoll with the cat. What's up, bro? Let's see. Thank you for saving the possum, Uncle T. They're great to have around.
I wanted to keep it as a pet, and she was yelling at me.
No, you have to put it back.
It was a baby. I could have raised it up.
No. That's not fair to the animals like that. Torino Elite says, sorry, but cat people are weird.
I wasn't going to say that.
You were going to say
I wasn't going to say that.
Let's see. Let's not talk about her. KJ Kylie. There is a reason why cats were worshipped. Yeah, I don't know. 'Cause they're jerks. Cats can be jerks. I've had a lot of them, I could say that. I had a lot of cats. And DeSoto was a good boy. And he
Roast
passed
beef
away
was a
last
good.
year.
Remember roast beef?
Yeah. Roast beef was a good cat. He passed away. We had a bunch of cats.
Snoopy was a
Nothing
good cat.
wrong with a cat. Snoopy was a great cat. He got hit by a car.
I found him on the road over here. His
Let's
head
not
was
talk about
squashed
it.
flat.
Stop. Please stop.
When I brought him home, he
Why
was
would
stiff.
you tell me?
Why
are you telling me?
I brought him
didn't
home.
see
You
him.
saw him. We
No, I didn't see
buried
him.
him.
I didn't see him. We buried him, but I didn't see him.
Oh, all right. Well, I saw him.
Oh my god. They're cruel and indifferent. They can be. No, it's okay, KJ Kylie. I know exactly what she did, and I don't want to discuss that. Let's see. Bro says, I'm working like a gentleman. You should see the paint job on the 318 I did. The blowtorch, and wow, it's amazing what comes off. I'm really taking my time. Thanks a whole bunch.
Excellent. Glad you got something out of that.
Z 1949P sent you super chat.
Thank you.
Says, hey Uncle Tony, in the past year I've fallen in love with old British cars. I left the dealership tech trade and traded my Matco tool cart for a 96 Jaguar XJ6.
Okay.
Have you ever had any experience with Jaguars?
No, I don't have any job. I mean, I've worked on them occasionally over the years, especially years ago, like back in the 80s and the 90s. But no, I don't have any specific, experience or knowledge on those cars. But I do appreciate them. They're very cool.
I think Winnie needs a Jaguar.
Winnie needs a Jaguar. Yeah,
Jaguar.
a Jaguar. Got to say it right.
Is that how you say it?
Yes, a Jaguar with aluminum components.
Aluminum parts. Let's see. Norm Stevens says, my brother's border collie brought him a whole litter of possums and tucked them into his bed. That's nice. It's such a border collie thing to do.
I can see that.
Yeah, Jaguar. Yeah. Okay.
She is just running crazy across the yard, around the trees. I don't know what she's doing.
Christopher Horner says, Tony, you ought to get a shop cat for your new garage to keep the mice out of your projects.
Yeah, mice don't bother me.
No?
Well, in the house they
In
do.
the house they do.
At the shop, I don't care.
Wait a minute. No, he's not. What are you talking about?
I'm not what?
No, nothing.
What?
I'm not. Domesticated possums can be very attached to people wanting attention.
I would have kept it, and
No.
she yelled at me.
No.
I was like, "Can I keep it?"
No.
And she's like,
I didn't say, can you keep it?
"You were yelling at me."
I wasn't yelling at you.
Yes, you did. You yelled at me.
What?
I said, "Can I keep it?" And
No,
you
you
were like,
didn't.
and you yelled.
I don't know. Oh, because you were like lollygagging with this poor possum in your hand, and I was trying to get you out to go put him under the shed. That's why.
No, I did, didn't
you
I?
were lollygagging.
I wasn't
This poor
lollygagging.
thing.
I was like, I wanted to keep it.
No, you can't keep it. Why? You're not gonna take care of it,
I would take care of it.
No,
I
you
could have
won't.
made it a shop possum. I could have kept him at the shop.
Tony?
Her. It was a her.
How do you know?
It didn't have a peepee.
Oh my god. All right, Anthony Perna says, Tony, having a lifter problem after a cam swap. I have one lifter that bleeds down completely, then comes back. I tried messing with valve lash, but can't get it to stay pumped up. Any ideas?
The only thing I'd say is, did you try taking all of the lash out, like when it just like zero lash? No, it's a common problem these days, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, it's not the kind of thing you can adjust out. It's just sloppy clearances between the lifter body and the plunger, and the oil just bleeds out. I had that problem with a pair of comp roller lifters. I paid through the nose for these things. I mean, like, whatever they were was like almost $800 for the set. I don't take free parts. And they were junk, like junk. I had like 3 of them that bled down. And I finally realized what was going on when Bottle Rocket launched a push rod through the rocker. And it was because that lifter had just bled down to like nothing. So it was jamming the push rod up against the rocker and eventually poked through. I was wondering why the car it kept falling off. Performance just kept falling off. Yeah, I had 3 bad lifters in a set of comp rollers.
Cool Guy 2014 says, Tony, thoughts on Jay Leno's car collection?
Pretty neat. Very eclectic. I like that. I don't know how he keeps up with it all. I honestly don't. I know he's got a staff.
Right.
It's yeah, but still, the guy's living a dream. He's very neat stuff.
Thank you, Douglas Self. Yes, happy Mom's Day. Thank you, bro. Tony, when's the next time for you to peel rubber lately? Are you gonna peel any rubber, Tony?
Next time. So we took Mission Improbable to the track last night. That won't go out again probably until June. Slaghammer is going to the track on May 29th to race Dead Dodge Garage.
Wait,
And I still want to
that's
get
not
bottle
the date
rocket
that I
out.
have.
What's that?
That's not the date that I have
May
marked down
29th.
on my calendar. No.
What day do you have? It should be Friday, May 29th.
No, that's not the day you told me. That's not the day I got the dog sitter for.
It has to be Friday.
Hang on. Hang on. Let me look. May.
So yeah, so that
Nope.
what?
Nope.
Nope, no what?
I have it for the 31st. That's the date you gave me.
Is it a Friday?
Yep.
Okay, sorry about that. Yes, Friday,
Killing me.
the 31st. We're racing Dead Dodge Garage with Slaghammer, and I want to get bottle rocket out before the end of the year. We're already in May. I would have expected to have it out by now, but yeah, the next time we'll be at the track is probably going to be on the 31st.
This gave me a hemorrhage. I gotta calm down now. Oh, Tony. All right, Christopher Horner says, Tony, you ever heard of using oil with too much zinc during break-in, causing cams to get eaten up? The Motor Oil Geek did an interesting video on the subject recently. Any thoughts?
I can't see how too much zinc. I could be wrong. I'm not a scientist, okay? But I can't see how too much zinc. I mean, you do realize the zinc that's in there. It's not like chunks of zinc. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I would have to watch the video. So I've never heard of a cam being eaten by having too much zinc. That's not to say it's not possible. I would have to see the video to really pass judgment on it. Like if you ask me off the top of my head, is it possible to have too much zinc and can that zinc wipe out a cam? Off the top of my head, I would say no, but I could be wrong.
Okay, let's see. They're talking to each other. The burnout chicken wins, of course. Yeah, the 29th is a Wednesday.
Yeah, 31st. 31st.
Yeah, 31st.
I don't know why the number 29 stuck in
Yeah,
my
I
head.
don't know. Thank goodness. It's not bad. They're talking about Jaguars and Rolls Royce.
Jaguars.
Jaguars. How did those Jaguars become popular with small box Chevy swaps?
That was a big thing. That was a big thing, like in the 70s. They fit and they're really good. And at the time, the Jaguars were just known to be troublesome cars. And they were, to be perfectly honest with you. The electrical systems on those cars were horrible. But yeah, that was a popular swap.
Let's see. Too much zinc is known as a bad thing. Read about it a couple years ago. Lake Speed Jr., the oil geek, formulates oil. Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not that familiar with it. I don't think I've ever over zinced an engine. I mean, I don't think I have.
You've never over zinced something?
I don't believe I've ever over zinced.
How would you know if you did?
I don't know.
How would you know if you didn't?
How would I know if I didn't?
Yeah.
Well, in other words, I've never used an excessive amount of let's say a zinc oil additive in like a break-in period. You know, I'll use a zinc oil. I'll use like a light, like a diesel truck oil has some zinc in it, and for a break-in, I'll use a diesel truck oil, and I'll use a zinc additive. Any of the whatever happened, whatever I can get my hands on at any given time, a zinc supplement. But that's as far as I go. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I imagine if you filled the crankcase with nothing but zinc, that could be a problem. You know what I mean? I don't know.
What about mozzarella?
Or mozzarella. I would think that the mozzarella might be more damaging. It doesn't want to flow through the.
Curtis Randolph says I run pure zinc.
Yes, I run nothing but zinc.
right, I think
I grind up pennies.
I think we're getting tired. We're acting stupid. All right, so we have like 10 minutes left.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that flew.
hmm If you overzinc, you get a rash and the doctor grin. It's, what?
You get a peculiar odor.
1943? I don't know. What does that mean? Does that mean neck? He says supercharged 427 in a 90s Rolls Royce. Why are we talking? How'd you get on Rolls Royces?
I didn't.
You didn't?
No, they're talking amongst themselves.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves. Zane Penny. Oh, Zane Penny, Nick Moody says. Okay.
Yeah, I fill my crankcase with pennies. I find that's damaging, but I do it anyway. That's how I roll.
Glenn Nickerson says, run just zinc additive. See you on Just Rolled In. It's the best way, Tony. Your exhaust smells like pennies with too much zinc. 87 Pontiac GP sent you a super chat.
Thank you.
Hey Tony, tearing down a Buick 350. Any idea where I can find old cam numbers? It looked like an aftermarket cam, but the only numbers in the end of the cam are 665X. Tried searching online to no avail.
Don't you hate that? I know. I've gone through this myself. I can't tell you how many freaking times. Oof. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you on that because I've been on this search. Why cam manufacturers can't just at the end? I mean, what is the big deal? You stamp your logo in there and a part number. They have to do these mysterious things. Some will just put the lift. Someone will just put the duration. Someone will just put a random part number. Most of them don't stamp, the manufacturer, and it leads you on this crazy wild goose chase. I don't know. I've had this happen to me several times. So one of the ways in the past that I've identified camshafts that didn't have any other markings or any usable markings was measure the lobes. So if you get an accurate measurement on the lobe, so measure across and then measure from the nose to the base circle, okay, and then subtract, the large number from the small number from the large number, you have the lift. So if you have the lift number for both the intake and the exhaust, then you can go to each of the cam grinder sites or the catalogs, and you can search out, because it's very rare that you'll have two different manufacturers that'll have the same intake and exhaust lift on a given cam, and you can kind of find them that way. But it's a pain in the ass. I know, been there, done it, got the T-shirt.
Barry Cruz says, does diesel oil have the right amount of zinc for our old engines?
I have had no problems. Don't get me wrong. We've eaten camshafts, but they were new cams. It's been a while now, actually. So we found ways now to check, because before it was like nobody was bothered to check lobe taper. Nobody was bothered to check to see if there was a crown on the lifters. And we were just throwing these things together, not realizing that they had cut corners of machining. So now, since not only us, but like pretty much everybody's caught on to this, people are checking, and there are fewer failures. Excuse me. What was the original question?
I don't know now.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know. Wait, it was Barry Cooter, right?
Yeah.
Hang on. He's talking about diesel oil having
Yes.
the right amount of zinc.
Right, and I ran off on some kind of freaking autistic tangent. So that said, I haven't had any problems using just the regular Rotella. Now, all of my like all these freaking Jeeps I'm running around with, and those are flat top and hydraulic cams, and I've been using nothing but Rotella and Delvac in those, and I haven't had any problems now. And this is way over 100,000 miles over the last couple of years, and haven't had any camshaft related issues. So yeah, I'm going to say that once the cam is broken in, once you've got past the break-in period, then there is enough zinc in a conventional, modern diesel engine oil to keep them happy.
Fun with Cars says, I heard from an oil engineer that diesel oil is not good for gas engines.
Well, you could have fooled me because it works just fine.
I don't know. I use Lucas Hot Rod Motor Oil. I heard most oils with ZDDP package in them seem to be pretty safe for older motors.
Yeah. Yeah, once the cam is broken in, you don't need that much zinc to keep it happy.
Jesse Dobbins says, Tony, what's your opinion on running 100 octane low lead AV gas in a high compression engine?
How high a compression and how much ignition liter are you using? I mean, there is no power benefit to be had through the gasoline alone. To take advantage of it, you have to have very high compression and a lot of spark lead to take advantage of that resistance to detonation, which is what octane is. Octane is resistance to detonation. So it just depends. It just depends.
Okay. Jolson Zimmerman, is high zinc oil good or bad?
Good, unless it's bad. I would think it's good. I would rather have a high zinc than a low zinc or no zinc.
Tony, can I run a 5W30 oil in a vintage engine at the strip?
Yes. Yes, it's done all the time.
Dada says, I use Kubota 10W30 diesel oil with extra zinc. My Pontiac 389 temp went down 10 degrees, and everyone knows Pontiacs are notorious for high temperatures. Worthyland says, watching here in New Zealand team. Tunnel ram on a 318. Any thoughts? It's for a hot rod, so art, but would be nice if it ran half decent.
Yeah.
Any advice?
I would use a pair of 600 Hollies, vacuum secondary Hollies on there. Well, I can't really make jetting recommendations because a pair of 600 vacuum secondary Hollies on that 318 would be fine. Would be fine. Vacuum secondary. Mechanical secondary carburetors, and you may be overwhelming it. But assuming you've got a cam that's large enough to take advantage and heads that are at least cleaned up, stock type of heads, and an exhaust that'll flow, then a pair of 600 vacuum secondary carburetors will probably run really fine.
Curtis Randolph says, I've been running diesel oil and everything I own for a few years now per Tony's advice. No issues yet.
Yeah.
You got a super chat from Clint6016V.
Thank you.
Is the process pretty straightforward to replace a factory AC clutch 1965 Sport Fury 334 barrel?
Oh yeah. It's just one nut. No problem.
No problem?
Yeah.
Well, it's almost time to go, Tony.
Okay.
It's 2 hours.
Well, could have fooled me.
Could have fooled you. Yeah, it's 2 hours.
You could have told me it's only been 20 minutes, and I would be like,
no.
Let's keep going. All right, so that's it. You want to take any more, or we're done?
Anthony Perna has a question.
Yes, Anthony.
Tony, I have a new Holly that the needle and seat keeps getting stuck shut. Are the plastic needle and seats just that bad?
Needle and seat gets stuck shut, like it's not allowing fuel to flow in?
That's what he said.
I've never heard of that.
No?
I've leak the other way, but I've never seen one that would hold off fuel. You're saying that it's resisting, let's say 5 to 7 psi of fuel pressure and not letting fuel into the carburetor?
I don't know. Okay, Nick Moody says, thanks for your time. You guys rock. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Let's see. Mexican Spec is talking to Todd. Tony, a LT engine in a Jeep would be good use.
It's been done.
Been done?
It's been done. There's lots of them out there. I think there's more interest in the 4-liter, to tell you the truth.
Let's see.
There's just so many people have them.
Mexican Spec says we done. Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
Fubar wasn't here tonight. Ari wasn't here. I didn't see Fubar.
Yeah, well, Zero's in for a few minutes, but Mexican
Zero's in
Spec
for a few minutes.
has
Mexican
been
Spec
our
is
guy
coming.
tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mexican Spec. So that's it, guys. Everybody contributed to Super Chat. Thank you so much. Always appreciated. Never expected, but always appreciated. And everybody contributed with your presence and your conversation. Thank you equally. I can't think of anything really important coming up this week. Just
Can't think of anything important. Oh, our merch. We have merch.
oh, we do have
We
merch.
do have our merch.
I completely forgot we even
Yeah.
sell merch.
I know. I know.
Well, Fubar usually posts the links to
Yeah, he
UncleTony'sGarage.com
yeah.
if you want any of our
Merch.
shirts or hats or stickers or anything like that. UncleTony'sGarage.com. Wednesday night we'll have our usual Wednesday night tech talk with Kiwi and Dr. Art. Tomorrow we'll wrap up the latest on Project Mission Improbable. And I can't really think of anything else. We're just gonna just roll into the week and see what happens.
We are?
That's it. That's it.
That's
We're gonna
it?
do that.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's pull the plug. Make it stop now.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
It is done.
No, hang on.
I'm